your financial wellness. Now, here are your hosts, Don Getling and Gino Fonte.
Well, good afternoon, and thank you for joining the Don and Gino Real Estate and Finance Show on your hometown station, AM 1220 KHTS. Today I'm being joined by a little bit of a different group. I don't have Don Getling with me. He's having a great time in Bend, Oregon, I believe. Hopefully the weather up there is pretty nice. I was actually in Palm Springs earlier this week, which was about 100 degrees, which is almost perfect for Palm Springs, I would say.
It's a bit chilly.
And that voice you just heard there is Daniel Hunt with Cherry Creek Mortgage joining me. And you know what? I did feel somewhat ridiculous. I got out of the pool. It was probably around 6 o'clock in the afternoon. It was probably about still 98 degrees outside, and it did feel a little bit chilly.
Right. Well, I was there last summer. It was 121. That's hot.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, Gino, you shouldn't wear a Speedo. You warm up a little bit if you...
Actually, Scott, and this is kind of an inside joke, but I was wearing those shorts the guy was wearing over in Vegas.
yeah. Those were good. That's a good look.
Yeah, and that voice right there is Mr. Scott Crayon with Cherry Creek Mortgage as well. So I've got my team with me here today, filling in for Don Getling. And if you want to join our team, take a look at donandgino.com. Go to Watch, Chat, and Listen Live, and you can see all of us here in the studio. And we'll be discussing today, as we do every week, the things you need to know to make you successful in real estate and finance. So I'd love to jump right into that, but I think you guys were having a discussion that was a little bit off topic, but I think we talk about it for a minute. Go ahead and have a little Dodger talk, guys.
Dodgers.
Well, this is just something that was bugging me a little bit. So Clayton Kershaw, one of the best pitchers in the game, reigning NL Cy Young winner, goes out and throws what they consider just a no-hitter last night. So doesn't give up a hit. He also didn't give up any walks.
Right.
So to me, that should be actually a perfect game. However, what happened, Dan?
Apparently there was an error by the shortstop. Was it Hanley? You said Hanley, right?
Hanley Ramirez, yeah. Routine ground ball to the shortstop. Kenny's son here, Daniel, probably could have fielded that sucker. He is kind of a beast, though.
I could have done it. Yeah.
That's Ken Harris. We'll do a formal introduction to Kenny in a second here. But yeah, it's the guy picks up a routine ground ball and airmails it over Adrian Gonzalez's head or to the left. I don't remember exactly. So it's an error, clearly.
Right.
No problem. But Clayton Kershaw, who did nothing wrong, doesn't get the perfect game. He just gets a no-hitter.
Now, didn't
a
you
man
say
reached base. That's the issue. A man reached base. It's not fair.
Well, it's better than reaching space, I guess.
Right.
Well, at any rate, I thought it was interesting, so I thought we'd bring it up since it's a topic in the news today. But another topic in the news, I want to jump right into the word on wealth, is that Janet Yellen spoke yesterday.
Yeah.
And I don't think she said anything surprising or alarming. But she did kind of reaffirm the fact that the economy is going to take a little more work than once believed to recover.
Yeah, and I think what that's doing is it's staving off what all experts say. Hey, rates are going to go up eventually, and we've been hearing it for years now that eventually the rates are going to be in the 5s, maybe even the 6s. Who knows? But this moderate easing of the Fed's purchasing mortgage bonds. It's down to what, $35 billion a month now?
No, it's 15.
Is it down to 15?
It's 15 in mortgage backs and 15.
Okay.
I think it's 30. I think it's 15 in mortgage backs and 15 in treasuries. Anyways, we're almost done with this $85 billion stimulus program that we've been riding the tails of for quite some time.
Right.
And rates are still hanging in there. And I'll say hanging in there because we're not seeing rates in the 3s anymore. So at the peak of stimulus, we were seeing rates in the 3s. As we've been pulling it back, rates have been staying in the mid-4s, we'll call them, mid to low. They've been staying in the mid-4s most of the time. And that's not a bad interest rate historically still.
No, it's fantastic. But it's also, the more they taper, the less demand for mortgage-backed securities and bonds are going to be, which means rates are going to go up. I mean, simple as that.
They have to go up, and it's just a matter of when. And so, if the numbers work for you today, I always recommend bird in hand. We're seeing hundreds and hundreds of dollars of savings every single month. Why take that risk? In fact, one of the things I'll bring up that's kind of somewhat controversial and yet to be confirmed, but Fannie Mae released a notice yesterday that it may actually have just become more difficult to re-enter the real estate market if you had a short sale rather than easier. We've all been talking about for years thinking that Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac were going to make things easier if you had a short sale or a foreclosure or some sort of event. In fact, yesterday they released a notification saying it might actually make it a little more difficult. So,
what did they say? It was going to go from
From 2 years to 4 years.
To 4 years,
Yeah.
even if you're putting 20% down.
Even if you're putting, and it wasn't clear. It's kind of a vague guideline that came out yesterday, so that's why I say yet to be confirmed. There's more information to be had. However, that takes away from the idea that things are just going to get easier and easier and easier as we go along. So if you qualify for a loan today and it saves you a couple $100s a month on a refinance, or if you qualify for a loan today and you're able to purchase the home that you want, take action today.
Yeah, I mean, I think the majority of the short sale transactions that closed were, between 2009 and maybe 2011. We saw a ton. So all those folks who have been renting since then, obviously, are able to re-enter this market. So the combination of low interest rates, prices still being affordable, and then you've got a possibility of now having to wait 4 years. I think it's a great time to jump on it before it's too late.
And the thing is, we still got an option with FHA to do it after 3 years.
Sure.
But FHA financing carries a little bit higher mortgage insurance and a couple other things. A little bit of a different animal. Maybe a little harder to get your offer accepted if you're looking at a condo, especially. Make it a little more difficult. So bottom line is, if you had a short sale between 2 years and 4 years, and you have 20% to put down, I believe the day to act by is August 16th. So you kind of got to get on the wagon and make sure to make it happen quick. You can give us a call at 855-DON-GINO. We'll make sure you meet the guidelines, or reach out to us at donandgino.com.
Hey, with a Vegas trip in Palm Springs, you're not on the wagon. You're off the wagon now,
I hope. No, you can check my blood alcohol content. I have not been drinking. Palm Springs actually was pretty light. I went with the family, so it wasn't a very high blood alcohol content event.
Good, clean fun.
Yeah. So today joining us, like every week, we have a guest expert, and you heard his voice a little bit, is Mr. Ken Harris with First American Exchange. How you doing today, Ken?
Good. Thank you for having me back.
A repeat guest, back by popular demand, and going over something that's can be confusing or difficult, and I think we've all heard of it in some way, shape, or form over the years. However, not necessarily been able to apply it. Probably something that maybe even some CPAs shy away from because they're not 100% sure how it works and feel entirely comfortable, because ultimately, I will go over it in detail, but it's more of a tax vehicle than a real estate vehicle. Is that accurate?
That is. It's a tax shelter
It's a tax
for
shelter.
investment property.
Okay, fantastic.
Yeah.
Very good. So, Dan, what have you been seeing? I mean, I know that we've been talking about with Don the last few weeks about unemployment, and initial claims have been flat, which is a good thing for the economy generally. So we're not seeing large spikes or drops, so I think that we're seeing some stability in unemployment. Have you heard, this is what I really want to lean on, not so much on reports, have you heard from buyers or borrowers that they're afraid to lose their job?
I have not, no. It's people seem to be very confident they're going to keep their jobs at this particular point. I haven't heard anyone at all, really, at least lately, say they're even concerned about it.
And you, Scotty?
No, not really. I mean, the only volatility right now I'm seeing is people in the entertainment industry because of all the out-of-state, the entertainment industry moving out of California. So I've got some folks that are in editing and, they could be a grip guy or whatever the case is. So they're having to take most of their work, out of state, but not overall unemployment issues right here in Southern California that I'm seeing.
When in doubt, blame Canada for that. So, at any rate, when we get back to the Don and Gino Real Estate and Finance Show, we'll dive into First American Exchange and 1031 exchanges with Ken Harris, and we will debunk the myths.